Okay, hey guys, Fits and Fun back here. Today we are going to take a look at the 2017 version of the Gear VR, which is Samsung's headset, the virtual reality headset. So let's go into exactly how you would hook your phone up to this. Now, the first thing you will have to do is pull out your phone, take your phone out of the case. Okay, so whatever case you have, just take your phone out. Hopefully it's a case that you can take your phone out easily. I know some of them can be pretty difficult. So if you're going to use this a lot, that you may want to consider getting a case that comes on and off your phone fairly easily. Like I said, some of them are, they're like bricks. You just put them on there and it's Fort Knox. You can't get that thing out of there. So keep that in mind if you're going to be using the headset a lot, because you do need to take your phone out completely to place it in the headset. Secondly is depending on which model phone you have, whether it's the S7 or the S7 Edge or the S8, the adapter that will go into the phone that actually connects from the phone to the VR will be different. Here's where you'll find your adapters, in the controller box. Okay, so let's start here now. This is your basic adapter for the S7 Edge or the older models. That's your, as you can see there, that'll match up and fit into here. Just make sure that'll fit before you install it. As you can see, that fits nicely into the S7 Edge. Now for the newer phone, S8 and some of the, I believe even the Note 7, which I don't even know if that's even around anymore. It has this here, the Type-C adapter. Okay, so make sure you are cautious of which one you use, because if you try to put the wrong one in there, you could end up damaging your phone because it will not fit. So just keep that in mind when you connect it. Now this part here is very simple, the connection. As you can see here, you want to have this notch facing down. There's the notch, and the notch fits into this little part right there, like that. It's in there. Now up here, here's the locking mechanism. You will just push that down and it's locked into place. And it's that simple. Now, I am going to take this one back out, and I am going to use this adapter because this is the one for my phone. As you can see, it's just the standard charging port adapter. So we're going to take it, just slide it in here. As you can see there, that little notch. We'll slide down into this here and put it in, pop it down, and then you want to come over here and just give this, put it in the lock position. You'll see here on this, there's a lock and unlock. So there you go. Now that step's complete. The next step is going to be to actually install your phone. Now the way you do that, you take the side that has the charging port, which is the bottom side of the button. You turn it upside down, and you're just going to slide it in there like this, nice and gently. And it'll slide in, and then you're going to pop it into place like that. And if it's done right, you'll see it fits in there nice and snug, which is exactly why you do not want to try to do this with any kind of case on the phone. Because as you see, there's no room, no extra room in there for a case. I'm going to go over what these buttons are on the actual device, and then I'll go over what the buttons are on the remote. So right here is your focal, plus minus. Basically your phone will go into here and it's going to adjust the phone up and down, and it's your focal meter or knob. And once you put it on your face, that's what you do to adjust, make it perfectly focused. Now when you come over to the side here, you're going to see these buttons here. This here is your back button, and this is the home button. Anywhere you are in the app, the Oculus app, if you push this button, it'll take you back home. Then this is a touchpad. Okay, this is your enter. And this here will kind of slide things forward, back, up, down. And over here is your volume control rocker. Again, once this is on. Okay, now let's look at the remote up close here. Now this is very basic also. Same thing, here's your home button. Here's a back button. Here's your volume rocker, up, down. And then this here is not only, if you can hear it, you can only click, but it is also touch sensitive. So if there's something on the screen, you can slide your thumb across here and it is a touchpad. Really cool. And then back here is a trigger. That's really cool also. Just a very comfortable small device. Unfortunately, it's so small it's probably easy to lose, but luckily I haven't lost it yet. So, and then this is the basic layout of the remote. And again, down here, that button will be the one that'll blink when you're syncing. Okay, and this part here should be fairly obvious, but since I'm doing a full tutorial on how to put it together, let's go over putting on the strap. Now, this is the back side of the strap. The straps go in this way. Right here, they go under and through, not the back. They go, pull this down a touch, put it up and through. And the reason you want to do that is so this part here isn't hitting the side of your head when it's on your head. You want this smooth part to be on your head. So you'll come around here and do the same thing here. Kind of stick it through it. Back here. Stick that through here. Give it a good tug, and there you go. Now, those are adjustable. Once you get it on your head, you will adjust that to see. So that's on. Now, this little part here that comes with it goes up here, and you just pop that on like such. There you go. That's popped on. Then this strap. Okay, you see this part goes on the very back. It's actually got its own section here. You're gonna just stick that on that. Pull this up, go through like so. There we go. And then put that on and you've got your strap. Fully adjustable each side. And that's it. Very simple. And this is important. You're going to want to use this because after just a couple minutes of holding this on your head, if you're not using it, it gets very cumbersome. And this isn't too bad. It's fairly comfortable. So, all right. So now you've got your phone in, right? Like I showed you. Your phone is in, and you're going to put it up to your face. Just like it looks. And there is a very small sensor right up here on the top that once your forehead gets close enough to that sensor, it's going to activate and this will come on. And then there will be a series of guides in there that you'll have to walk through that I cannot show you through the camera. It will ask you to accept their terms, to create a Samsung account, and to link it to your Oculus account on here. Now, I can't exactly walk you through that. It's something you're going to have to do on your own. But once you get through that, to that point, then you are ready and you have the Oculus store up and running, which will be basically a large room, a 360-degree room that you'll see on there. Once that is actually up, now you are ready to go back out of your phone, and pair the new remote to it. And the way you're going to do that is very simple. I'm going to show you how in just a second. Okay, you're going to open the Oculus app. Okay, you're going to take your remote, push this home button right here, and hold it. And after you hold it for a while, this bottom will start to blink like such. So then you're going to come back over here to your Oculus app. You come down here the bottom right corner and push more. Okay, once you're in more, the more menu, basically these are all just your menu options. You come down here to connected devices and you're going to tap on that. and you're gonna hit pair new controller. Now let's see. Connected. Now once it connects, you'll look here, and that light is now done blinking. There's no more blinking on that light. So that's how you know you're connected. Now it's pretty cool. Once you get into your actual app, this will be in front of you in 3D. Like this, what this looks like will actually be running in here. It'll be running in the actual, in the VR reality, and it looks like this, just floating around with a light coming out of it. It's really cool, and you just kind of aim it at whatever you want to go to. Now, I did have a few issues with this as far as the calibration goes. It'll walk you through a quick calibration, which is pretty pointless, and you'll start using it, and then you'll notice that this is going out of calibration fairly quickly. So to fix that, you aim where you want it to be in your hand, where you want it to be. You would hold the home button, and it will automatically calibrate for you. You hold it long enough, and you'll see a little calibration icon spinning, and then once it's complete, it'll recalibrate the pointer to where you're going. Once you put this on, it'll all make sense. Because right now I know this is kind of confusing, perhaps. One of the nice things about the remote is that this, as inclusive as it is to use, it is excellent in social situations and to share with your friends or with your kids, or at parties in your families and things of that nature. Unfortunately, in order to share it, you have to activate it. It activates by this sensor here. So if I wanted to share with my kids in the past, I would have to hold my finger on that little sensor in there like this, kind of finagle it over their head, pull the strap down, and hope that the sensor stayed activated, which could be quite cumbersome. And it really detracted from the experience when you're trying to share it with people who don't know how to turn it on and off and do all that. So this remote, actually that's where this comes into play. Anybody can use this, and it makes it so much easier to push a button on here versus trying to find the little tiny dot on here to hit that and authorize it. Well, it's on here to play and blah, blah, blah. The remote really adds to the experience in that regard. So in the social situations, the remote is a huge plus. And honestly, that's the most fun I have with these, and is in the social situations where I want to share it. I want other people to see what it does, because I love seeing the shock and awe on their faces after they use one of these, because it is very immersive, and it is kind of it's a unique experience, because up to this point we've never had anything like this, at least nothing to this degree, where it's so immersive and so clear, and it's got so much going on. So again, that is one more feature that this remote really brings to the table. And anybody who's tried to share this with little kids, like the little roller coaster ride or something, especially on the older one, it's such a pain. You gotta try to keep your finger on this little tiny thing and like wedge it on there. And people don't necessarily want your fingers up on their face when you're trying to show stuff. So you get the point. Let's just take a quick look at some of the differences between this year's model and some previous models. But there is quite a difference from the one that I had, which is the 2015 edition. As you can see here, just fits your face a little bit better. I wore this for a while, and I noticed over time it didn't get as hot and sweaty and uncomfortable as this one. Now, I will say that the newer Oculus software that runs in these, in the Samsung devices, has been greatly improved, and it doesn't heat your phone up as much. That may have a little bit to do with why I'm not sweating as much when I'm using the newer one. But overall, it's just more comfortable right off the bat. The second thing I noticed is that the field of view, which is supposed to be slightly larger as you're looking through it, that would be, this is your field of view, how much you can see, in case you're wondering. That has been increased slightly. That's a selling point And when I put it on, I really didn't notice that difference. It's a very slight difference. I think it went from 95 degrees or 96 degrees field of view to 101 degrees, which is not very much. I mean, again, it's an improvement over the previous models. Now, the biggest improvement that I did notice, and which everybody who's talked about this will tell you, is the remote. When using the remote, it really changes the way that the whole device feels, and it changes your entire experience. Okay, now, I would not recommend going out and buying this. If you have the previous version, it's not so drastic that you would instantly put this on after wearing this and think, wow, this is so cool, this is great, now everything's wonderful in the world. No, you're still going to get a little warm on your face, you still might get a little condensation, you still might get a little hot over some time. I mean, look, you're encasing your face into here, and you're breathing, so there's still the possibility, excuse me, to have the condensation. But it is lighter, it feels better on your head, and overall it's just improved. So, well, there you go, guys. That's my take on the new VR, the 2017 version VR. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, always feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if I screwed anything up, then by all means, I'm sure you will let me know. And other than that, hey, get out there and try one of these if you haven't. I'm not sure. I'm still undecided whether or not this is going to be a huge deal in the future, but I think it's pretty cool right now. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.